All right, guys, welcome to our Business and Bruce Tuesday. Guys, did you know what are the three tax deductions that you're missing as healthcare entrepreneurs running the clinic? If you don't know, stay tuned for the next few minutes as we go going over with these three tax deductions that you should be thinking about for this 2026. I'm Christopher, CEO of Wyco Tax and the chairman for Nurse Founder Forum. We're bringing you bits and pieces on how to run your business through tax efficient strategy. All right. So if you're listening somewhere, just put your what city you're from, and then what professions you are, and you're welcome to stay tuned for the next few minutes. So the first one, we've been dealing this after tax season. There was a doctor that earned $1 million, and then he ended up paying $300,000 on taxes. We're just not talking about tax deductions, but also the tax deferred plan that you could use, especially for healthcare. Yes, if you're a doctor, dentist, chiropractor, nurses, therapists, I'm talking to you guys directly, and make sure that you take notes. All right, the first one is the accountable plan reimbursement. All right, so for the accountable plan reimbursements, this if you're a nurse practitioner, and then you're working from home, actually you need to establish an S corporation, enable for you to qualify to some of the deductions. One of the strategies that we're requiring, if they're making already, like they had a net profit. We're talking about net profit. Let's say they made 1 million, and then they still have $250,000 on income. We recommend them that they need to be an S corporation, because an S corp, it actually give them automatically a 15% uh, off from self-employment tax. And then at the same time, S corp, you need to put yourself on payroll. Of course, if you're making that much money, you need to give yourself a salary. And then under that salary, whenever you do monthly salary, you would be able to put a reimbursement plan to your payroll. So these are in the form of, like, you're using your office, home office deductions, the utilities, the mortgage. Percentage of that can be utilized as a deduction for you. Also, if you're renting out, what else? So basically, you is percentage. So let's say the total size of your house is 1,000 square feet, and then you're utilizing 200 square feet of that. 20% of those can be reimbursed on your as a tax, as an accountable plan. All right, including with other mis reimbursement, we also include there also for the car. That's a personal vehicle mileage. Those cell phone, internet are all included for the number one tax deductions for healthcare. The number two, this is advanced tax strategy contribution. So this is another thing that you need to make the most. This is a tax deferred strategy. So many healthcare professionals, they miss the 401k, SEP IRA, defined benefit plans, and even health savings account. A high income nurse, entrepreneur, or clinic owner may legally reduce taxable income by 23,000 if you're opening your through a solo 401k. So guys, if you don't have a solo 401k, try to consider this. And yes, you don't need do you need to be an S corp? You do not need to be an S corp to open a solo 401k. You have to be a single member PLLC. That would be enough for you. And then also you can open your HSA deductions. HSA deductions are another thing that this is your health savings account. So what it does when you open it, there are prescription drugs that instead of using, I think there's a 3,500 allotment every year for if you're single. So for example, you made 100,000. So instead of you being taxed at 100, you could put 3,500 there. So there, your taxable income went down by what 90. 96,500. Okay. So that is one strategy. So you put a 23,000 on your 401k, and then you also put a 3,500 on your HSA or health savings account. So those are not subject to tax. And HSA, you can use it for prescriptions. Any other allowable deductions from your HSA would be able to manage, especially if you have maintenance drugs. I mean, you got hospitalized, you have pay co-pay with the doctor, because many tax preparer only focus on compliance instead of proactive tax planning. So that's why we're giving you tips and bits of what you need to know, the basic ones. And then number three, I think we discussed this. The other deduction that you're missing is you are improper entity structure. So not this is not a technically a deduction, but often the biggest tax leak. A lot of healthcare businesses stay as sole proprietor, like what we said on the S corporation. Being a PLLC, I mean, you're not only you cannot stay as a PLLC because that is subject to 30% taxes together with the self-employment tax. So enable for you not to do that is we do whenever we see that the client already making net profit up to 50,000 or even 100,000, we suggest that he could be an S corporation. And also one thing you have to remember that an S corporation is also it has a based on our experience for the past 10 years, this is less audited compared than self-employed or compared those independent uh, freelancer using Schedule C. This is a self-employment income because as corporation, your company, you're going to be an employee. The only drawback there is you need to put yourself on payroll. So that's why they asked me before, can we not put ourselves on payroll whenever we do S corporation? The answer is no. Remember, you cannot just be an S corporation and do not put yourself on a salary because it defeats the purpose of you being an employee of your company. So this is applicable when you are home health, med spa, nurse consulting, IV therapy, medical staffing, private practice, healthcare coaching. And then there are other healthcare businesses out there like CE courses, certifications, business use of vehicle, all those marketing that you do for your company. So that's why if you are not paying attention to this, you're missing a lot because the business owner and entrepreneurs, especially in healthcare, these are meant for you to utilize accordingly and rightfully. All right. So, guys, what are your takeaways? This is just, I'm in it for 15 minutes. So, guys, if you have any takeaway, please feel free to type on the comment section below. And we're going to have every second and fourth Tuesday from 11 a.m. onwards, we do this business and brews. So we expand more than the taxes. Sometimes I would talk about general business, like how to run the business from your operations, your marketing. So I'm giving you tips. Those kind of simple but applicable idea. All right, guys, if you like this, please click share and subscribe. And my YouTube channel, Christopher Y. Coco. Again, this is your Business and Bruce Tuesday. By the way, if you're in Dallas, we have this February, no, May 15, we are going to have a mental health awareness month. Aside from being a chairman of Nurse Founder Forum and also running the business, we also promote mental health. All right, because you need to have balance. It's not just work, it's not just your business, it's not just your career, because you are a person before you even have any of those. All right. So, guys, you're not alone. And if you are in Dallas, you're welcome to celebrate with us this coming Friday at 6 p.m. downtown. Just message me to know more about that detail.